to make this video because I've never had like a better morning, honestly. So I'm gonna show you guys. Oh my goodness! I'm gonna show you guys what I've discovered or what I just woke up to. So today is actually very good because I had out of all these pairs, like everything I had to set up on. No, no, well, other than gold, I had to set up on almost everything, and they actually were going my way. And I made some adjustments, and I've learned some new things, and it's just overall like crazy, honestly. So the way I trade, I start with weekly for the past and everything, but on gold, we are currently at like you can't even see anything. And if you were to mark an order block from like um, if you were to mark another block from the like higher time frames, I'm like it's not gonna hold. So yep. So here we have I think this is the other block we marked on 4 hour. This is like 4 hour is still like a reasonable one because on 4 hour like market does reject and come back lower. So yeah. So I'm literally like holding on and waiting for market to come here and do this crazy thing. I have my limit set on my account, so it's no problem. We have inducement and everything. So this is the first. It clears above it. So this is a viable demand zone. So then we can go to the 1 hour for what I and this is actually very valid because there's like a trend line liquidity here and market has done this thing. I think this happened on a lower time frame, this same pattern. So I think on GBUSD and I'm just going to look for it and then I think oh my I think I cleared it. Did I clear it? No, no, on US 30. Yeah, I just added US 30. But I used to trade it a long time ago, but I mean, you understand it's the same thing. So, well, I think it was liquidity before the other one. But here we have two types of liquidity. We have inducement, and they actually perfectly match. That's very cool. Inducement and trend on liquidity. So market has to clear both of them, but instead it's on the 1 hour. I think on gold. Yep, I think yeah. Obviously, we had inducement, obviously, and then trend line, or trend line and then inducement. I don't know, but I'm very confident the market's gonna come back. But regardless, here was how I trade gold. On it's like a personal. I think everybody does this honestly, but I'm just like saying that to sound cool and everything. So what I usually do is once gold is bullish, and I think that's just normal way. Because here, obviously, market was. I mean, this is like to mark a bearish structure, but honestly, I believe we could have just done this and mark this as lower low, and then mark this one as the order block. And the truth is, market has come here and like taken away some orders, and so like if we even saw all of these on the 1 minute time frame, we could still like reach out and try to like look for entries here, because we obviously must have done a change of characters somewhere around here, and then yep, come back for the or the order block and just mark this bad boy like this, and then you have a perfect entry. And just don't panic when you see market. Is that double? Don't panic when you see market coming back into your order block. Never. I'm not saying never set break even, but I mean I don't like setting break even because it's you're just toying with your trades. Just let it play through and don't panic at all. I mean, of course you're gonna panic, but I mean you get the idea. So it was too early for market to come here, but you know how market is, gold market especially. So just put your RR like that and CP all the way here, which is honestly 16 RR. And honestly, you're ballsy and like shit, you would have gotten stopped out. But don't I want to say you should put it here because you later did. So just do that small little thing, and I didn't see this one before. And but what I actually saw was this one. I saw the market has taken away some demand and filled some orders. So I just like lowered it and like here like stage two, that's what I call it. And with some market coming back here, I'll just set my order. Like market has, I mean, obviously I only did this because I've seen it play out already. If it were to like be plain, I wouldn't have known all of this. I just saw market came in here. Obviously, I would still put my buy limit, like maybe like after this one I've been taken out, or maybe still here. Once market comes back, I'll just look for another buy, and maybe my stop loss would be like all the way here. But in hindsight, I feel like once market is taken out this one, I should just let it be like this. Like, but this is what I did, but honestly, I feel like I would have known better. So yeah, moving on. The next thing I was looking for setups and like, so this was a high. Obviously, market has broken through it. This was what market broke through. So what led to this break? I think it was this bad boy. No, I think the origin. So is what I would look for. And honestly, looking for setups like here, like, does it really make sense to you? No, I don't think so. But then we would just look for an inducement. So I'll just start with this one. And because I've been looking for this kind of setup on gold for a long time, but I just didn't play through. And this is like a doji-ish. So I never let it start from the beginning, like beginning. I always like let it chop through it a little bit. So I'm just gonna drag this bad boy here, stop loss, and take profit. Same here, 1 to 3, 1 to 4. I know it's still something solid, and then delete this one, and then just look out for the inducement and everything. But okay, if you did that, so I think it's only fair that I mark this one too, right? Yep. But then market didn't trade above it, so this just isn't a valid demand. But let's say this one, if you were to mark this one and then with a market to come all the way here, well, this doesn't have fair value gap because market has traded and has stopped it, like, obviously. So like I don't really think, I mean, I think this into market has traded through it. I mean, I don't know. I think this is all he is, honestly, not this one. I think this was the one we actually we traded above of it. So I mean, I think you get the idea. But this one, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I don't know if this one's valid, but if it's coming back, I think it's perfect. If market's coming back, I think this is like another trend line, that trend line liquidity. I think it'll come for, and but it's not really very smooth. But I'm just gonna leave that one there. But then other ones I saw, I'm just gonna hurry up. And this one was a break of structure. I think this is when I marked recently. Is this one and traded that, and then this one again. This one just I'm just gonna put the thing so kind of like this. I never start from the beginning. Maybe I let it chop it a little bit, and then high would be here. It would be like a very like almost rubbish trade because it just looks very awful to like have a trade like this. And I mean, I'm not gonna. Oh, I think yeah, we had something cause the pullback, so it's still sensible. And now we have market doing this break of structure inducement. So maybe we can expect market to come back here, but this is like so big of a trade that I'm not even interested in it. Because even though we saw something, it would be something like Brett 1-1, like perfectly lining up. So yeah, I'm gonna go to Solana. So I learned something on Solana about directional bias. So here I saw that market was like at this like resistance support zone, and honestly what I did was like I when market oh, this is a crypto pair. I was like 3 days, bro. This is Thursday. So market was actually bearish. But then I knew market was going from zone liquidity points to liquidity points. So, but I was like, hey, market's coming back here before it gets to sell. Well, we do not tell market where and when it is time to stop the sell because we are already past the equilibrium zone. So market can stop reversing from here. But I didn't see this points of interest. I just saw only this one because I was like, this didn't break structure, whatever. But we know these are fractal points that market must have broken on the lower time frame. So it just like has this like weird like touch to it. So maybe market was done with the rejection, maybe because that was what literally happened. I think. So I'm just gonna put this bad boy over here. But then I had a trade where I was targeting this. I'm just gonna like just know. Okay, I'm just gonna mark this. Market was rejecting from this point. And I think, oh, did I clear it? Oh no, I think I did clear it, but what I did was this was the order block, bigger structure, and I had the trade running from on the lower time frame, of course, and I was like buying until this point, and it was a solid RR. I think like like 11 or so. I don't know if it was exactly here. Let me just look for it. I think it was on 1 hour, honestly. Yep, I'm very kind of confident it's on 1 hour. Yep. So it was this order block. So it was, wait, are you sure this is it? I don't know, but I think it was this one. I don't know. I think it was. I don't know. Okay, I really don't know if it was this one, honestly. What I'll tell you is I was. Oh no, I feel so bad. So break structure. I don't know where it was. I think. Yeah, I did see another trade setup when I noticed something here that market, like I learned another thing that when market is like coming back after a change of character, like I was hoping it's always gonna be here, like right after the first change of character, and I was like, the only time you're gonna see better RRs is when like market comes back to the initial one. But bro, do you know this is a change of character? No, like market came to grab liquidity after he like did all the slowdowns and probably I don't know where it was reacting from, but then this was the closest point. I learned another thing that this was the closest point, and we should just I'm just gonna leave it, but you know it's a long way, yeah. But I think yeah, this is the closest point, and I should have just bought from here. And buying from here literally means that our stop loss is gonna be here, and even if we had selected this point, this is like a solid 1 6. And but I know I wouldn't have done that because obviously the and I would have like I learned a sensible way of putting your take profit because like we should look and be careful because there are other points the market might be reacting from. I mean, obviously, even if we were to buy, I think here would be a solid TP level, but we should go to the higher time frame, like the daily, we see very solid points, and this is where I should have like put my stop loss, like right at the body here, yeah, and that was like a solid 1 to 10. So that was what I was trying to do. So now it could be that market is done with the pullback because it is does not necessarily market comes to the bearish engulfing order block. Market could have done that, but there was nothing here to stop it. That was why it was like very smooth. But here we have something. So what I should do, and I noticed market was reacting from here. So market must have done the flipping change of character it needed to start the sell. So and that would be bigger structure. That would be something like this. So what led to the break? I think it would be this bad boy right here, drawing that, and I think that was what market came to retest, and beautifully market didn't come. Oh my god. So as you can see, this is what you miss out on when you do not know the directional bias. Like it hurts so much, doesn't it? So yeah, even if market leaves without you and taps in other order blocks, don't panic, bro. Market's gonna come back. Like I don't really know. Like market will come back. Like so, stop loss has to be somewhere like right underneath it. Like market will come back. This is why you need to understand directional bias because if you don't know directional bias or structure levels, so imagine me put in here. It's like 10 RR already, and I mean it's just this just proves to show that you shouldn't like draw. Okay, but we know what was this? We know market is bearish, and market might be done with a pullback, and this is where we can actually choose to target something even more far. Like we know market is done, what might be done with it. So this is where we're gonna put all stop loss. I'll take profit rather. Like I think you should put it at the bodies of like the candles and everything because it's more dominant that way. So market could be done with a change of character, and that's just how it is. But I don't want to get too greedy and everything. So I think this point is like very okay for me. This point right here is very okay. But let's see if market. This is just like not like I'm not taking the trade. This is like how I would like hold on to the trade and everything. But since we're at a demand zone, if market does do this change of character, then we should just close the trade. That's how I'll do it. I'll just send a lot here. I'll just set break even like slightly above here. So once market does change of character and just stop me out, please, please. So I think that's just and now I was actually looking for a trade because I think that's the same thing market did all the way here. It's just a lot bigger change of character and we just buy all the way. So if market does do a change of character from here, we're gonna start buying. We know oh so it hasn't started. We'll just buy up to this point again. So yeah, I think I that did justice to that helped me solidify my directional bias knowledge because what I learned was like always follow the trend of the market. If market is bearish and everything, You just follow the trend. Don't try to like catch the reversal. Obviously, you need to catch the reversal, but like it's smart to know and read the market structure. We are bearish here, not just looking for market clear liquidity and we're buying. What I usually do is I'll just wait. I'll just draw the point. Market clear liquidity and we're buying. Market is reacting from this order block. I mean, it is good and all, but try to know the structure and everything in the market so you can know the directional bias. So now on US 30, I used to trade this pair like a long time ago, but I think I stopped. So because I want to like narrow down my options and everything. So on the weekly, we see we are bullish. Now, what I was thinking was on the weekly, let's look for trend line liquidity, which is kind of not the smartest thing to do, but understandable because I mean, yeah. But we saw the market because market ain't gonna do that all the time. On the weekly, bro, it's for direction. Don't try to like look for entries or anything. Don't try to do that. So I saw market just came here, tapped into this order block, and we're is it really bigger structure? I think it's a valid one, whatever. Tapped into it and started buying, obviously. So we are bullish, and I think we're bullish. We had to go bearish. So the weekly is still properly bullish, and we're like rejecting. So it has to change to bearish because I think it's still very much bullish. Honestly, it's just a fractal, like which is a lower time frame. That's what fractal means. Fractal means so this is still a sell, bro. So market actually came down bearish, and I learned another thing about market structure here, because we are bearish. You shouldn't be trying to catch the buys rather. So we are bearish, or we're here. We came bearish, and then we probably came to top this order block. We came there. I don't know what we're doing there. I don't know. I just know it happened. It's for direction, please. So now we are buying. So now we know that market was buying to get to this area to it could be that is looking for the sell. What market isn't market came here already? Cool. Actually, I think this is the order block that market is using that. And it could be that we are rejecting from here. Two things could be happening. We could be rejecting from here, or this could be another order block to potentially to put potential. This is always on weekly, daily rather, to potentially break this high and continue the trade to the upside. But we are bearish, so we shouldn't be trying to like change the direction of the market or whatever. Go with the trend of the market and go into the lower time frame. Now there are two things that could be happening. Two things that could be happening is, for one, I think this was so we were kind of like bullish on the lower time frame still, and if we were like afraid, well, we couldn't be afraid because over here we can see the market was actually trying to come to this point of interest. So we shouldn't be like panicking if we see market doing any of this. So I'm very solid, and why I would very strongly believe this order block is it's a very strong one and like literally one of the only ones here. Yeah, I almost said another thing. Shit. So yeah, and we should be managing our expectations when we're going against the trend. But what I actually saw was on my phone, it was a 15 minutes. I think I showed you guys earlier. It was a 15 minutes thing. So I saw this inducement and this trend on liquidity. So I was like, hey, market is definitely gonna go bullish. And that was why when market came here, cleared it and came here, and I just saw market doing this beautiful thing, came in here, tapped into the order block. This was a long wick, so I was very confident that market was going to chop into it a little bit. So most times you should just be your stop loss like far from the center if you want to have a solid RR. And yeah, but I mean, because market doesn't really trade below it. That's why you should trade very little pairs and understand them. I don't want to add too many currency pairs and everything. Just GU is all the currency, the only currency pair that I trade. And since we might be trading against the trend, normally my take profit was all the way here because I thought it was going to switch back to bullish. But I remember that when we are going against the trend, we should manage our expectation. That's what the guy says force on. Like he says that all the time. Manage your expectations. So I would know I would be responsible and then say, hey, this is where I'm gonna stop. Cool. This could be our TP1 and our TP2 could be all the way here. Because hey, market might come here because even though we were trading against the trend and were looking for like an entry for the sell, bro, we are gonna come back here to tap this order block, right? Because this has an inducement, plenty of inducement, market just playing around here, and this it just makes sense that this is the valid point that market is going to come to before we sell Please tell me, because I think market is perfectly closed above it, below it rather, and this would still be the neatest one if we were to come here. This would be the neatest one because yeah, or maybe this one, and this is like some sort of like a demand zone still. This could market could probably reverse from here, so I'll just put my stop loss like take profit here on here or here, but then we'll be waiting for the sell, and if you want to manage your expectations, maybe like this point is okay, or maybe here. But I think if we were to go bearish, if we were to go bullish, if we break above this, then that. But if we do not break above it, I was pointing with my fingers, but I forgot I wasn't using the camera. If we're supposed to break above that, then we're not bullish, whatever. That means we're coming to a higher place. But then if we were changing our bias, like if this does happen and we get that really, really strong push and we just go down, because I'm not sure market gave a really, really strong bearish move to the downside. I think it did, but it needed to go bearish because it wanted to come tap a point of interest. So I think that's just what I feel. And notice how we broke above it, so we chose we said we're not respecting you, but if it does respect this, if notice how I would have, but how would you know that market was coming back? Because we gave it gave us everything, but it didn't like. Oh my God, how do you know that we're not gonna just do a snapper? Because I think I would have set a limit here, but we had here we didn't have an induce. Here we didn't. Wait, why is this gonna hold in this? Why did this not hold? And why do we? Why are we confident that this one's gonna hold? Because this one didn't give us a proper change of character, but this one has given us a proper change of character. So yeah. So moving on to GBP USD. So I also learned another thing. I think this is the last pair because I think this video is getting too long. YouTube didn't let me upload the last longer video. Yeah. So I'm gonna start off on the weekly time frame, and on the weekly time frame we can see here that market, okay, I did enjoy this before. So what I was doing was I said market was going to come back to clear this liquidity, because all the concept that was happening in my head is market clear liquidity, change of character immediately on that liquidity. Like I'll just look for change of character. Let's say market does a change of, oh, it's going to be so far right, bro. I'm just gonna go to 4 hours, please. It's gonna be so far. So market does a change of character here. So yeah, this is what I once market clears liquidity. But the truth is, once market breaks it, you are not going to be looking for. I mean, I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say, but I believe what's going to be in your head is not going to look for change of characters immediately. Okay, I think the network's okay. So okay, just like I thought. But well, it's perfectly perfect, honestly. So probably this is it, and this here, and wait, did I? Oh, this is that was perfect and on point, bro. So this is the last change of character I think market did, or maybe this one, and then we broke this. So we would be expecting market to come all the way down, but I mean market didn't do any of that. So I don't know. I think there's other blocks around here, but I think this would be like a perfect 50 zone because it looks so perfect. Oh, I feel like we on point, like you get. But market didn't do that for some reason, so we're just gonna look for further change of characters, and further change of character was around this point, and so I don't like taking continuation trades like that because it's just so choppy. So stopped out. So I think you get the thing I'm trying to say, and so as you can see, it wasn't very hard, but now I saw that market was at this support, or was it? Yeah, support zone, and market just came here on the weekly. So I'm like, probably gonna buy for a very long time. So at least I know we're gonna buy until we. This was a inverse palm ahead, so market was strongly bearish. But I know we are buying because we are at this support zone. So on the daily time frame, I was able to say, hmm, so what is the bias currently? So daily is clearly bearish, even because we saw this big ass candlestick on the weekly. So I'm very confident we're gonna be bearish for a long time. And obviously we've switched to bearish, like obviously. So now it could be, now we know we are in the pullback phase of this particular move in the trend. So we shouldn't be expecting markets to come all the way here to buy. So I know the bias is bearish, so we shouldn't be waiting for market to buy all the way here. So what we should be doing is waiting for is to manage our expectations because we're trading against the trend. But I think what we should be looking out for is a sell, and this is like a very valid area for market to sell. This is a very I'm trying to like do something. Yeah, this is a very valid area for market to sell, and we should just go ahead and wait for a change of character when we are inside the zone. But I'm quite confident that it won't happen until we go like maybe around here. But this is just market doing things it needs to do. So on the daily time frame, I could see that. So here I saw an opportunity here. So I'm just gonna go to the 4 hours and 4 hours. I don't really give a damn. So I noticed market came into the zone, and once market came to the zone, what should be going on in your mind? Well, we are rejecting the zone to probably form a buy. Yeah, so that was what was going on my mind also. But what we should know is we shouldn't buy for like a long time. And notice how this pattern was so like market structure was so choppy. Like, what even is this, bro? So market did this, did this, did this. So I think I just would have stayed out of the market here. Like, honestly, anyone would have done that. But no, I was looking for a perfect thing to do. But market just did the craziest thing, clear this liquidity and even switched bearish even. But when you see market doing this thing that it's afraid, that's when you know, because it didn't want to close below it, that's when you know, hey, I better find a place to enter for this buy because market is changing direction, babies. And we didn't actually do a clean change of character, and then so, but I think we just have to use what we have, and market then do a complete one, so change of character, and we just didn't get a clean entry point, and market kept doing change of characters. But this would be me forcing the trade if I were to like come here and look for opportunity. So just chill, man. So I then waited for this. Remember, this is the same like mitigation zone, whatever, on the 4 hour, like this particular one. So we didn't see any opportunity here, only if we were looking for a sell. And I really think I would have traded this if I were to, understand market structure at that time. Well, because, bro, this is a beautiful zone. This is a very beautiful zone, and we know we are bearish, so it could be the market is trying to reverse from here. So the moment we saw this, we should. So this is the zone I'll just mark. Since we know we are bearish, market. What was market doing? Market is bearish, so we should be waiting for a sell, bro. We should be waiting for a sell. Market is bullish. Yeah, I do plenty of accents, honestly. Yeah. So market is bearish. Can I do a French accent? Croissant, croissant. I hope my laptop doesn't die. Okay, it's like 12, so I'm just gonna plug it because it died on me the last time, which is very, very bitchy. Okay. Is it charging? It's not charging. I'm just gonna hurry up. Okay, cool. What it is? It's just shaking. Piece of crap. Come on, charge. No, you piece of. Oh, it's charging. So we know the direction was bearish. So once market does this, so we should be looking for a change of character. So here around this point, so we mark this, and the moment you see, oh, we would have lost it, because if we were looking for a change of character, well, market came here, and I think this was did we mark it completely? I think that was what we marked, like waiting in anticipation for market to. No, 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 it was perfect. I'm just gonna do it like this so I understand what's going on. So since we know we are bearish, so we just have to wait for market to come here and give us a change of character. So market did come here, and I really don't know what to do. But I think I would have marked this or maybe this one. But I'm just gonna leave it out because it's starting to confuse me. But I'm just gonna say because I'm trying to look for an opportunity regardless. But it wasn't really a clean one. So because we went bearish, but then we did come back to the zone. And even if we had seen that opportunity, because it's a 4 hour, we don't buy directly from a 4 hour or sell rather. You have to wait for a change of character and then sell again. So, but the trade that I did see, I think it was the same mitigation block from here. The market came here. What do you do? I was so excited because I saw this. I'm like, I'm freaking prepared for this. And then market did come here and it rejected. And one thing I was very happy about was how I chose two order blocks, as you can see, but I actually saw this order block on 1 hour. So I was like, hey, perfect order block, my man. But then what we should remember is that there is another order block, and market is going to go to the closest one. So this one was invalid. So this is the first one I saw. So I would have just this is what I did. I just marked up this bad boy. Look, that was a close kiss. If I were to like trade this on a currency on a broker, I'll probably have gotten stopped out. Forget what the market is doing. Markets are bitchy these days. Things, but this is a side. This is the one downside to using SMC or SOP whatever with small stop losses because the market will clear you out without even like coming to your zone. So I don't know, but like just I think this was like during like London session in my time. So I mean, I think no. I think yeah. So oh my god. So I think this spread would be okay. But then when I saw this, market hadn't like market was like reversing. So I was like, no. I think the actual trade started here because I won't lie, this was the first zone. And when market was coming back, I was like, maybe I should have managed my expectation and done like this. But then I was like, I just left it and came back. No, this was the trade this is where I put it because market was still like playing around, but this was the first step, so this would have been the entry I would have used because I marked this and like went away. So, but I think this was like so then I'm like, where should I have put my take profit? But then I knew that market was still bullish and we should have just still stuck with what we were doing and stuck to the original where the hello is it? So this is the original like points. So this order block is even invalid because market didn't trade below it. So this one would have been, or it could have been this one. So this would have been the perfect one. So I think it is quite certain that market will not. So if market were to stop, it's going to be maybe this point. So or it could be possible that market is going all the way here to come tap this point, and I don't really know if that's possible, but it's just I'm just saying because order block I think for just high probability, but I don't really think market traded below this. Maybe there might be a zone in 4 hours like respected, but then I should have just like put it all the way here. Regardless, we have 32 RR. So this could be where market is coming to. Like I said, this would break a structure. This would be where market's coming to. So thank you so much for watching again, future me or current me and some other humans and not AI. Ciao.